PR Connections Radio presents.
Hey, it's Basma
and Maria.
Hi, guys. Join us on the Business of Giving show every single week, where we talk about businesses making a positive impact in your community.
That's right. Every single week, short and sweet, but full of inspiration. Tune in at costmarketing.com or click on to listen to
Transistor.fm or prconnectionsradio.com.
Let's make a difference
Together.
Hopefully,
we'll see you guys soon. CosMarketingChamber.com. Join us.
Transistor. Let's make a difference
in your community. Together. Bye, guys.
Hi. We have Latoria here. Welcome to our first episode. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. I love the energy. Are you guys siblings? Are you really siblings or are you just best friends?
We get that a lot. What do you think?
I have no idea. You can't tell.
Man, it's such a awesome opportunity for us to interview you today. I know you've been involved in so many things for foster children and young adults. So we'd love to just get to know you more. So if you want to tell us more about yourself and how long you've been involved in F.A.M.I.L.Y's creation.
Wow. Well, F.A.M.I.L.Y came out of my head. So it started when I was in graduate school.
For those of you who don't know, by the way, this is Latoria. That's yes. Okay.
Yes, I'm Latoria Kern, and I am the founder and creator of F.A.M.I.L.Y's creation. And so F.A.M.I.L.Y's creation got started way back when I was in college. And I started F.A.M.I.L.Y's because I was working full time while I was in school. And I had this beautiful girl that walked into my office that wanted to go to school. I was working at a junior college while in college. And long story short, she was a former foster youth living on the streets in Anchorage, Alaska. And I couldn't believe that our society, our city, our community will allow that to happen. Got very upset, did some work, started a nonprofit there, left Alaska, moved to Washington, D.C., and worked as a lobbyist for the American Cancer Society, traveling all over the world, legislating cancer for for people. Mm-hmm. And just was yearning to give back to kids in care and started F.A.M.I.L.Y's creation in D.C. We moved here in 2017. Wow. Started F.A.M.I.L.Y's in 2018. Same thing. I started in DC, but we just transferred the work that we did in DC to Las Vegas. And we are still advocating, fighting, and trying to support kids to the best of our abilities. And been doing it since 2018 here in Vegas.
And you guys are doing amazing too. And I know you guys get involved at schools. Are you guys getting involved with any of the schools here in Vegas as well that you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so we try to connect with all the schools, high schools, that is, in Las Vegas, because that's the population we work with. Our focus and attention is placed on kids 14 to 24 years old. And we like working with older kids because that was the very first population that I was introduced to, where the need was. And ironically, through the work that we started doing, we just discovered and found out that that's a really hard that's a real huge need, because a lot of people, when they think of foster care and adoption, they think of younger children. The infants to 8 years old, or the infant to 6 or 7 years old. That's the age that most people want to gravitate to. And I just always felt that kids who were older were the ones that were in the greatest need, because when they age out of foster care, or when they're ready to venture out on their own into adulthood, like you two look like you're pretty young. I don't know. But when you're ready to branch out, you need a little bit of help. And so I just decided that my focus would be the population that I was introduced to when I first came into this world of work, that it would continue to stay with kids 14 and older, because I think that's the greatest need.
Yeah, and I think that you did a great job opening up those young adults that you work with by creating that radio show. I think that was a great
Mhm.
idea that you guys did to help them open up and be themselves and find their creativity and path in life.
Exactly. Yeah, we have a radio station that's operating 24 hours a day. Our kids are about to do some really amazing things with the station, so we're super excited about that. I tried to get our general manager to come on with me, but he's doing his thing
He's busy.
today, so I couldn't get him to come on and talk about the radio station. But we're doing really, really, really cool, amazing things with the radio station with our young people, and it's a vessel. It's a stepping stone before you go into like working with the professional stations. And we have a magazine that we publish. The magazine is called Youth News, and we're always looking for people who are interested in sharing their success stories with us, for our youth news. It's just a way to keep our
I
kids.
love that.
I know, right? To keep our kids engaged. We put them in situations where they're running everything. They run the magazine, they run the radio station, and they run our show that's called Fanversation,
Wow.
our social media
That's
talk.
amazing.
That is incredible. That's a great way to involve kids and children. And are they like older kids that are involved with it, or just
14 to 24. Yep.
14 to 24?
Always
Wow.
older kids. Always older kids.
That-
And you
I'm
guys
gonna say-
focus on the culinary arts aspect of
We do. You did your homework.
Yes, I did. If I'm going to be interviewing you, I got to know what to do.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So the culinary. So our focus is in the arts. I teach what I know. So our focus is in performing arts, media arts, and culinary arts. So for the performing arts, our kids are singing, dancing, all this good fun stuff. For the media arts, you already know the radio station, the magazine, and the social media talk show. And then there's culinary arts. And so for culinary arts, our kids are everything is introducing kids so that if they are interested in pursuing it, either through furthering their education and or trying to find entry level positions, they're able to do it in those areas.
Yeah, and I really believe in what you guys are doing, because I think that whole part of them finding themselves through performance or through art is a big part of not only finding themselves, healing, helping others, and finding the purpose. Like it's very important, I think.
So very important. I love it. And I love that you recognize that too, because when we started in DC, I used to have foster parents that would say that our kids just lighten up when they got involved with performing arts. So
Right.
Like what you said. And then I had another friend who started a program that was called Arts Are Us, because
oh, that's so cute.
Isn't that so cute?
Like
That is so cute.
I love that.
And, because it's when you introduce kids to the arts, there's so many different aspects and so many different layers of any part of arts that you can be involved in. It isn't always the end result. It's all the stuff that back up positions that you don't get to see to make things happen. Like you guys are on this show. It's not just you two. It's a whole team of people working behind you to make sure that your show comes to fruition. Yeah.
Yeah. Special thanks to our audio engineer today, Andrea.
Yes. Thank you, Andrea.
So we'd love to know more about what you had to go through to get your organization started, and then also the success stories that you've had in your organization as well, and what you're really proud of.
Well, all of it. So the start of it came out of a passion and my introduction to this young lady that walked into my office when I was in grad school. She was young, I was young, and I wanted to help her, and we were able to get her started in her career path by helping her to get her GED so that she can go to college. That's really what started it. When I left Alaska and moved to Wisconsin at this point in time, I was working for the Urban League, and working for the Urban League, I started overseeing their after school program, which was all of their middle schools in Madison. And we, had college students come in and do tutorials with the kids. And I just thought that all the professionals that I knew in in Madison, that maybe these professionals could come and help these underserved kids in our communities. And so I created a mentoring program, and I matched all the kids in all the schools with professional mentors from our communities, or from
Wow.
the
That's
community in
amazing.
Madison. And then when they got matched, everybody was matched. I mean, we're talking about, over, maybe 100, 200 kids. And
Right.
after they all got matched, there was a set of siblings, so two sisters that did not get matched. And I took them under my wing, and I became their mentor.
I
And
love
one
that.
day, I know, one day they got in a bad situation where they got pulled into foster care. And my
Right.
experience in foster care was bad because people were hurting kids in foster care. And I was like, no, please don't put them in foster care. Foster care is bad.
Right.
And I wanted them to come live with me. And they told me that I couldn't just take them, even though they were my mentees. I couldn't just take them. I had to become a foster parent to bring them into my home. So
Right.
I
You got
became
to
a
go through that
foster
whole
parent.
process.
Yeah.
Right.
I became a foster parent to take my two mentees into my home so they would not go into foster care. They were still in foster care because I was a foster mom. I got licensed for them,
Wow.
but I knew that my home was safe.
It just really shows how much of your heart is really in what you do. And
Oh,
and I'm sure that not only the people that you've mentored, but people outside of your mentoring can see that, and your genuine heart and ability to make such a difference in people's lives. How can people support you and your organization right now, today, in 2023?
oh, absolutely. You can always reach out as a volunteer. Volunteers are always needed. And if you're not volunteering, then there's definitely, monetary, all nonprofits need financial support to stay alive. And so if you're interested in contributing on a financial side, you can do that by visiting our website. And I don't know if you guys have that, but our website is whalers-creation.us. Or you can always call to find out the best way to reach out to us, and that's 702-235-5490. And then another way, we're having a crowdfunding campaign right now. And if you guys can post that, that would be wonderful. And you can just go to our website and join the crowdfunding. So there's all kinds of ways, and checks are accepted. We take checks. We take all electronic funding kind of ways that you want to give. Any way that you want to help, we're looking forward to. And we're always looking for writers. If you're interested in writing an article, writers is needed. So there are many volunteer opportunities, fundraising, and special events. We plan special events. And if you're an event planner, if you like having fun, doing fun things, come and join us for that as well.
And speaking of your events, do you guys have any events coming up soon that we can prepare for? Or
Yeah, we have two coming up relatively soon. There's one in March. So we have an annual youth awards. We used to call it up until this year. It was Youth Praise Awards. And I can tell you, for the last 4 years that we've had the Youth Praise Awards, people keep asking me, what church is that related to? What church? And it's not about church. We're praising kids. We're congratulating kids. Kids. So
giving them that stage. Yes.
Yeah.
So we took the word praise out, and now it's just youth awards, so people can get that. So we honor kids, young people, and I keep saying kids, but young adults, 14 to 24 years old. We honor them for their good work in the community, and we do it through scholarships. We do it through trophies, dinner, gifts, all that good fun stuff. This event is going to be the second week in March, and we can definitely post that. So you
March.
about that. So it's going to be in March, and it's an outdoor event. It's going to be like a country western theme. You can come in jeans, and we'll have like
That
games
sounds fun.
and all kinds of things for kids to do outside, young people to do outside, and food. And that's one. And then the one that we will have after that is going to be in June. I think I don't have the exact dates, but it is a talent show.
I got you. It says your dinner and fashion show is March 9th, 2024. And that's the one
This
you guys
girl
have.
is amazing.
She's really good. She's really good. She's very
Oh my
passionate
God.
about this too.
I love her. Where did
Well, you gotta tell us where and how we can get involved. We gotta be planning this ahead of time.
Latoria, I just want to say that Basma, she's really good at performing and music herself, and it's one of her true passions. So I think like when she found out that you know your foster kids or the people that you help out and the things that you do really connects to what she would want to do someday. So
What do
you guys
do?
are a great match.
Tell me about that.
I just studied nonprofits. My goal is to do like similar to what you're doing, and it's helping foster young adults, the young adults who were foster kids or anyone that doesn't have a mom or dad that needs to know more information on how they can get that mentorship or just have that mentorship there ready for them within the school systems, because I feel like that's really important. I really hope that your organization grows and just keeps on going, because I love it. You guys are going
and join
strong.
us and make it happen.
Okay, let's go. I love the invitation.
We'll talk about it. Be about it.
I love it. I
talk
love it.
about
I
it,
love
be
it.
about it.
I'm
It's
all up
amazing.
for that. I'm all in
All
for it.
right.
But
I'm
anybody
looking
can
forward to hearing from you
volunteer.
after this interview.
Okay, I'm here for it. Let's go.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I need a job. Let's go.
But Latoria, anybody can volunteer no matter what age group to help you with the events.
Absolutely. No matter
They
what
just
age.
reach out.
The youngest volunteer that we've had were my kids when they were 4 and 5 years old, and they were out there, putting sodas in little buckets or whatever. So there is no age limit, because it's so much to do when we have an event that we will find something for you regardless. Now, if you come and you're pretty young, you got to come with a parent. We're not babysitters,
Right.
so you come with a parent. And you're working with your parent, absolutely. We are.
What are some
open.
things that you would say that you really need right now? More, like with the events coming up, or just something for your nonprofit. What are some things that your nonprofit really needs right now?
So we have apartments, and we need furniture. So if you have furniture that you want to donate, we prefer them to be new. But if they're slightly if they're well taken care of, we'll take your furniture.
I wish I knew. I used to have a couch here that I was selling, and it was brand new. And I wish I would have met you.
Oh man, yeah. But like the full size sheets, we need sheets and pillowcases and pillows and blankets and towels and toiletries. Anything you can think of that a young person, that a person, they're young, but that people need to maintain their households. And if you don't know what to do or what to give, you can always volunteer or you can always donate financially. And so those are the two big heavy hitters of the things that we would need, that we need constant support in.
So I have a question on when you're helping a young adult, what's your focus when you're trying to help them open up about their situation or anything that they're going through? Because I know that that's difficult sometimes to get through to them and have them tell you more about what exactly they need.
So yeah, you have to definitely build a trust, because as you said, if there's trauma, if there's difficulties, things that they're struggling with, they're not going to just open up and tell you.
Right.
That trust mechanism has to be built in. But once that trust has been established, then you're able to move forward from there. And what we do need in supporting the young people that we work with, are volunteers that care. Just
Right.
being a caring adult makes a world of difference. And I don't know if you guys know, but Las Vegas has a pretty low high school graduation rate. And it's been said that kids that have mentors have a higher level of graduation, because they have mentors that's encouraging them and asking them and telling them, and they're sharing issues and stuff, and whatever concerns that may be going on, they're able to help them resolve those issues so they can stay in school and graduate. And that's our goal. That's our goal, to make sure that our kids are not homeless, and that our kids are graduating, and that our kids have a plan. Like, what is your plan? Everybody wants to be a millionaire.
Right.
But if you want to be a millionaire, how are you going to do that? Here are some people that I can introduce you to who are millionaires, and we can talk to them about how they became millionaires, and maybe you can follow their footsteps. And or you want to be a You want to be a fashion designer. Well, let's find out what it takes to be a fashion designer. First of all, can you draw? If you can't draw, can you use a computer? Because nowadays, you really don't have to do anything. Just talk to your computer and it'll do it for you. But is there college that's involved? So we kind of find out where kids are and then guide them to their assess of surpass, their journey of success.
That's beautiful. I think that's very incredible and very inspiring that you just really help, these kids that need families, these kids that don't have a home or probably are homeless, and you have not, you
Young
don't just help
adults. So
with what
all
they
the
need.
young people I work with have homes.
Yeah.
So, but our goal is to make sure that they have homes, that they
They have homes.
don't end up being homeless, because we have enough homeless children that because there's a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of young adults living underneath our $1 billion strip, and we don't want the kids that we work with to fall into that category. We want them to be able to go from where they are into a stable, loving environment for as long as they want to be.
How do you what's the process you guys go through in order to pick your mentors, and what process does your mentors have to go through in order to become mentors?
So there's an application and a background check, and then your interest. So we try to find out what your interest is, and we I have a young lady, for instance, that's really, if anybody's listening who is or knows somebody who is, let me know. I have a young lady who's interested in being I have a young lady who is interested in being a marine biologist. So if you know anybody that is a marine biologist, that's what I'm looking for.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
That's
I got a whole contact of people.
Yes. Yeah,
Cool.
marine biologist, and also I have another person that's interested in being a meteorologist. They're interested in working in the newsroom, working to talk about the weather. So
ooh, I have a lot of those contacts. I could give you those. Yeah.
please, oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, of course.
I know in your organization and in any type of organization, networking is really important.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly do you guys do to network in your community? And how do you, oh, go ahead. You just answered that first one.
No, you're good. In Vegas is a big networking community, a big networking town. And so we are part of the Metro Chamber, and so there's lots of opportunities to network through the chamber. And I just joined the chamber. Oh my God, what is Guy's chamber? Is the cause chamber? I just joined the cause chamber, so I'm super excited about that. And then there's all these networking events in Vegas. There's always something for somebody to do every single day here in Vegas. So
which is why we're here, and that's how we met.
I love it. So we are starting to network more now than we had initially. And COVID kind of shut us down too. COVID put a damper on everything, because we just got started in Vegas in 2018, and then here COVID comes in 2020. So for a couple of years we got shut down like everybody else, and we are rebuilding. We are coming back stronger than we were once upon a time.
Wow.
So are you your own organization, or do you also work within the school system? Mm-hmm. Are you trying to create your own law that goes in, kind of like how the DARE program was created, and like they implemented it into the school systems as like a necessity? So is that something you're having a goal to do, or something similar?
That sounds like a project that you could take on for us, but we are. But we are
gonna do it now.
I've been wanting to do it. Let's
talk about this, man. I love your ideas. Let's put them to fruition. But yeah, we do work with schools. So I've done culinary arts training in schools. And of course, I volunteered in schools. And when we have our youth awards, we always reach out to the schools to let them know that we want them to nominate young people for awards. And we also reach out to the schools for our job training program. So when we have a job fair, and we have a weekly job training program on Thursday. So we, reach out to the schools so they know that these things are going on, and that, once the kids go through our program, we put them to work. A lot of
Right.
job training programs have job training programs, but hopefully you find a job. But if you go through our training, you're going to get a job, because there is those independent and or regular traditional jobs that you can do working with us.
Right. And I love that you guys work with not only high schools, but the colleges as well, because college offers a lot
Oh
of.
my God, yes.
Right. And have you worked with UNLV or CSN?
CSN. So
Okay, I love it.
yes, CSN. One of the things that and it's ironically that you said that, because I met with the vice president last night of CSN, and one of the things that we were talking about is how we want to make a segue of the kids that we work with who want to do college, because every kid doesn't want to do
Right.
college, but kids who are interested in doing college and recognize that the career path that they're interested in may be college, that we want to segue gateway from our training to CSN, and then they have a credit from us to be able to go into CSN. So that's what we're talking about.
Whoa,
I love that.
That's huge.
Yeah, it is
And-
huge. We're super excited about it. We did it in DC, so we want to do it here.
Okay, that was going to be my other question. If you guys have already tried to dabble into that in other states, is your organization? So you said it's in DC, Las Vegas. Is there like a physical building, or is this all online?
So our physical building is on South Rainbow, and
Okay.
and we have a branch redeveloping in the DC area, which will be the culinary and the radio station. We're going to have those two things operating in the DC area. So we'll be bi-coastal.
Okay, that's amazing. I love that. And I could definitely see the growth. I feel like when I was doing my research, I saw you part of a church organization. I know that you said you were separate from the church, but they were doing something around.
Please make that very clear. We are not.
Yes, we're
part of
making.
church.
You're like, everybody thinks we're connected, but
No, we're not
I think
connected.
it's that video that's on YouTube that gets people to think that. There's one video, but I saw it was in 2009.
Oh yes. So the person who shot that video, oh my gosh, that's so crazy that you brought that up. That shot that video, he
Sorry.
contacted me recently, and he asked me permission if he could upload that and start playing it. And the lady that is the host of that video was the news director for Radio 1 and TV 1, which is now Urban
Oh,
TV.
she does news. We got another news director over here.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. For who?
Fox 5.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we gotta talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're both gonna talk after.
Yeah, definitely.
I love
Yeah.
it. So she was the news director for and the woman Kathy Hughes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that name, but Kathy Hughes is the first African American woman that was traded on the on Wall Street. So she's a publicly traded entity, so media outlet, first African American female. And so Sheila, the lady who is hosting the show, is her news director. And in DC, she made sure that we were a part of every newsworthy thing happening in DC.
I love that.
We would go to on Capitol Hill, and our kids would have their little teeny little cameras and their little small little microphones, and the big TV stations and the big radio stations have these long cameras and these big huge video.
Right.
And then people always ask, well, who are they? Who is this little group? And so because of Sheila, because of that lady, she had us involved in everything newsworthy. So we were able to blow up in the DC area because of her. And she had a tragic accident, and we lost Sheila. So
may her soul rest in peace.
She meant everything to me, because she believed in giving back to her community and supporting kids and doing whatever she could do to connect people. And I try to be, a representative of that, because I saw it in her. She taught me that. And so, if I know something and I can help you and I can share it with you, that's what I try to do, because what good does it do me to hold on to it? If I can help you, let me help you.
And now you're doing exactly what Sheila was doing and just remembering her through your actions and continuing on her legacy. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for your graduates, do you guys reach back out to them? Do they graduate from your program, or do they?
We have a graduation ceremony, absolutely.
Wow.
And so, yeah, so a lot of success stories. For one, I had a young man that came to me. I think he was 13 when he first came to me, and he uh, did the culinary arts training program. Went through the culinary arts training program. Then we hired him to be a junior sous chef in the kitchen, and he left my training and went on to Johnson C. Wells, which is like one of the number one
Wow.
culinary art schools in the United States. And so he went there, and now he's a chef today. I mean, I just love this guy.
I love
He's so amazing.
it. Dream come true.
Another hugely success story for us. We did an interview with this man in Maryland. He was an attorney when we met him,
Mhm.
and he. I was meeting with the judge one day in the judge's chamber, and this guy walked past our door. His name is C.T. Wilson, and he walked past the door, and the judge said, "C.T., come here, come here. You got to meet this young lady." So he introduces me to C.T., and C.T. was a former foster youth. And and we started the magazine in DC. And I said, "Oh, you're a foster youth. I'd love to do an interview with you because you're an attorney." Da, 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 da.
Right.
So he's like, "Well, I'll see. I don't know. I'll see." And so we called him, and we were able to do the interview with him. And the entire interview, we cried through the whole interview. It was so emotional
Wow.
and so draining, but we got through it. We published we published the interview, and in the interview, that article, the Washington Post saw the interview, and they called me and asked me if they could reach out to CT
Ooh,
to do an interview.
chills.
And so after the Washington Post did his interview, a TV network saw it in the Washington Post, and then they contacted us again. He had me as his publicist, so they would contact me. And so when they contacted me, this network broadcast his story in like 17 different countries.
Wow.
And so CT from that that second interview, when it went nationwide, or excuse me, like to 17 countries, he said that he was going to do a book. So he wrote a book, and he asked me to be the publicist for his book. So he wrote a book, and that this success story is that he said he never thought that he had a story, and he had never shared his story to anyone except for when we asked to do his story. It was the first time he was able to release it, and it's a powerful story. I have his book if you guys want it. But he's amazing. Another successful story.
That's just
I
another.
I have hundreds of them.
Yeah, that's another story where you really touch the life of someone, because sometimes those personal stories of theirs that they don't want to share with anybody, and then they end up sharing. So you really touch their heart.
Yeah. He said he didn't think he had a story. He didn't think that was a story worthy, and it's a huge story. It would just blow you away. And today, CT is an elected official in Maryland, and I helped him with that as well.
That's incredible. It just shows you like the most vulnerable thing about a human is the best thing that could be shared about someone.
How about that?
Right?
How about that? Yeah.
Wow.
It's really been a pleasure meeting you, honestly, today. I love that we've connected today, especially that we have such similar thought processes, which is, I think we instantly connected with each other. And then Maria too, like just everything happens for a reason. That's what I'm thinking.
I love it. I definitely want to talk to both you guys. When this interview is over, I have to ask a guy, like, how do I get a hold of these ladies?
Oh, you're so beautiful. I'm excited. I was asking about your events because I want to go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We will
Let's
be there.
go see
We
there.
want to be there.
Absolutely.
If it's here in Las Vegas, we'll be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It will be in Las Vegas. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there.
100%. Thank you, Latoria. Thank you for everything that you do for everybody, and we just appreciate everything. Is there something else that you want to share with us? We have it on over.
Just really quick before we get to that, just for those of you who don't know, the Dinner and Fashion Show is on Saturday, March 9th at 2024. No, that's the year. Nominate an outstanding youth, 14 to 24-year-old, and they would like to that you would like to see on at the show. Just go ahead and nominate them.
Exactly.
Check out their website. Their website once again is whalers-creations.us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are phenomenal. I look forward to talking to you again. I wish both of you much success also.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
so
that.
beautiful. Thank
You're
you so
amazing.
much. We really love and appreciate this whole conversation has been amazing and eye-opening. And I'm very thrilled that you've shared your experiences with us today and everything that you guys have been going through and what you guys need or can have to improve anything that you guys are working on currently. And my other last question before we leave, what is something that you have as advice for the next generation trying to do something similar to what you're doing or just start something in general? What advice do you have for them?
To follow your dreams. Follow your dreams, follow your heart. Don't let, because there's so many naysayers. There's so many people that will say to you, "Oh, somebody's already done that." Don't do that, or that is it doesn't that's not gonna put a lot of money in your pocket or whatever. Follow your dreams. Do what your heart tells you to do. Be kind to people. Be loving. Show your heart, and be vulnerable. Let down the guard so that people can come in. That's
She's
it.
giving us her traits of happiness right now because everybody's got their own traits of.
Yes.
Find your 5 traits of happiness and get it going. Let's work on that. I love it. I love it.
like that.
Thank you
5
so
traits
much,
of
Latoya.
happiness. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
guys
so
have a
much.
great day.
Do you have any more questions?
No, I just want to thank you, Latoria. We really appreciate you being on this podcast with us and teaching us and just showing how we could change people's lives. And thank you for just being you and helping everybody.
And going strong, because
Absolutely.
I know that it's hard to start the organization and keep it going strong. So you're doing amazing. You're helping so many lives, and you're inspiring lives of the future.
And you're inspiring us too. So
She's so cute. I love it.
I love it. Well, thank you, guys. I look forward to helping in any kind of way that I can. Just reach out anytime you want, and looking forward to meeting you guys real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye guys. Bye everybody who's
Bye.
watching. Thanks so much for watching.